Hi BookTube, my name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter and welcome to a daily reading vlog. Today is Sunday. Happy Sunday everybody. It's the 1st of June. Yay! I remembered to change the calendar. Happy June everybody. It is chilly out today. Like Garrett and I went out to go get our breakfast stuff and I had to wear my coat, like my spring fall coat. Yeah, so it's a little chilly, but I'm always in short sleeves. Yeah, I wasn't feeling the greatest when I woke up this morning. Bit of a stomach ache, bit of a headache, but I'm feeling much better now. So yeah, so went out, got breakfast. My new drink of choice that I've been drinking lately is the passion fruit tea from Starbucks. I love this so much. It's delicious. I get it without lemonade because I find I've never been a huge fan of lemonade. I just find it way too tart. That's the point of lemonade, but I'm not a fan. And I got a 12-grain bagel from Tim Hortons because that's my breakfast. So I'm about to sit down and start organizing my meds for this week, which is my fun Sunday morning activity that I always do. But I thought I would pop on and share with you guys what I am reading because fresh month, brand new books. I actually finished my last book from May last night before I went to bed, so very exciting. So I am reading, I don't know if you're going to be able to see the cover. Yeah, you can. A little bit. I am reading Greek for Beginners by Jackie Braun. I am just going to start this today. This is a Harlequin Kiss novel. So I'm very excited. I'm reading this on my Kobo Clara color, which I love. So yay on this one. And then I will be starting my Sweet Valley High book for today, or for the next few days, which is Dear Sister. I was supposed to start this yesterday. I didn't actually start this yesterday because I was working on finishing my last book for the month of May, so I'm going to start this today. But anyway, guys, I will check in with you a little bit later. Bye, everybody. It wouldn't be a vlog unless we had a morning with Missy, would it now? We haven't had mornings with Missy in a while, have we? Oh my goodness. That was a really good... That was a good shake, wasn't it, ma'am? Your eyes roll back in your head and everything. You gonna say hi to the people? They like you. They think you're nifty. Yeah. Listen to those purrs. Oh, she's a happy girl. She's a happy girl, aren't you, love? Yeah. Happy girl. Yeah. Hello friends, it's about 8 o'clock at night and I'm here with the final clip of the vlog. So, it's been we don't have a busy day. We went out and went to the grocery store because I had to pick up a couple things for lunch for this week, which is why you saw those clip of the flowers. They have all the flowers out outside of the stores now, and I so wish I had like a patio of my own or something like that I could put like, you know, a planter. They had the Gerber daisies, and those were my flowers for my wedding, were Gerber daisies. And they're my favorites. And I just wish I had a place to put them, you know, for myself. But it is what it is. So we went to the grocery store and then we came home and I had lunch and I was sitting here and I got so tired. So like I said, hadn't been feeling that well over the weekend. So I woke up with a headache and stuff this morning. So I guess my body was kind of like still, you know, so I laid down for I had about an hour long nap. And then I got up and, my dinner tonight was a hot dog and potato chips, which was delicious, by the way. And yeah, and I've just been doing some reading. I did a bit of knitting on my sock. I started the dancing, the dance party, the doggy dance party, as I'm calling it, socks. I'll have to show that to you tomorrow. They're over there, so I don't want to reach over and grab them. But I did get some more reading done today. I read the bit I needed to read in the Sweet Valley High book, Dear Sister by Francine Pascal. So this is the 7th book in the series. It is actually a cliffhanger, like it's the ending of a cliffhanger. So book 6 ends with a motorcycle accident that puts Elizabeth in a coma. Spoiler alert, in book 7, it makes it seem like the whole book is her in this coma and oh my goodness. But in reality, spoiler alert, she wakes up from the coma in the first chapter. But her personality is completely changed. She is now just like Jessica. Selfish, self-absorbed, you know, blah, 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 blah. Thinks of nobody but herself. You know, she's now into boys and fashion and makeup and the whole 9 yards and, you know, whatever. So her personality has changed since she's been in this accident. So that's the premise of this book. and I'm about 3 chapters into it. I'm going to read this one over the next few days, so I should get it done later on this week. And I am already actually 50% of the way through Greek for Beginners by Jackie Braun, and I am really enjoying this one. It's a lot of fun. So this is a Harlequin Kiss novel, as I mentioned. So the premise of this book is our main character, Darcy, she wasn't left at the altar. She left her fiance. She decided she was done with this relationship because he was very much a mama's boy, and basically, like, it got to the point where he was talking about them just building another master suite in his mother's house so they can move in with her after the wedding. She's like, no dice, because the mother didn't like her very much. Totally understandable. So when they split up, he got the condo that they had in Buffalo, New York, and the demon cat, as she calls it, Rufus the demon cat. And she got their all expense paid trip to Greece. That was going to be their honeymoon. So she got their honeymoon trip, basically. And he was so pleased with himself when he originally booked this honeymoon because he got it on a deal. And then when she arrives in Greece, she finds out why it was such a deal, because it's really not happening. So he booked it through this tour where it's like one guy who runs this tour, and he's a bit of a drunk. He's a lot of a drunk. And he basically does not follow through on anything. The hotels that he claims that he books people at, which are really fancy, are actually not. They're very much dives, and so none of this was actually going to happen. So she's very upset. She doesn't have the money to stay. She's like, she can only stay for a few days, and then she's going to have to go back home. And then she meets this man named Nick at the airport. She just so happens to meet him, of course, as these things happen in romance novels. And they kind of have a mutual attraction for each other, and it becomes kind of a thing of, you do me a favor, I'll do you a favor kind of an idea. And his brother's getting married, and to actually his ex-girlfriend, and his family, his grandmother and mother are bugging him, trying to matchmake him. And he's like, oh, I met this girl, I'm bringing her to, my brother's wedding. So he kind of brings Darcy in, and he's like, hey, could you pretend to play my girlfriend? And then to pay her back in a way, he's like taking her as a tour guide and stuff like that. And he's put her up in a little bit of a nicer hotel. And now we're at the point where he's actually, because she can't even afford to stay at that hotel anymore, that he's letting her stay in his house that he has in Athens for the duration of her trip. And he will play tour guide if she helps him with some business type stuff that he's got to do. So of course, that there's going to be some romance in there, and already they're kind of fighting that sexual attraction kind of thing. But I'm really enjoying it. It's really funny. I really like the grandmother. She's, like a very typical, like that old school, like old world grandmother, I want to say, like the Italian grandmother, like that very stereotypical, like you saw if you watched the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding, kind of an idea, right? So I'm liking all the talk of all the food in Athens and the different locations they're going to. And like I said, I am reading this for B over at Mama Loves to Read Romance. She is doing like a summer world like travel kind of thing. And for this first week of June, we are traveling to Greece. And this book is really taking me to Greece in a way, like with the book itself. So it's really, really been enjoyable. But anyway, guys, that is it. I've been rambling on. I'm going to go, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.